1949. We are WRMN AM 1410. Elgin time, 11 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Illinois House Democrats approved a resolution calling for investigations and possible prosecution of federal immigration enforcement, including Kristi Noem. Republicans criticized the move as politically motivated and anti-law enforcement. The Pritzker administration's $36 million park grant announcement is drawing criticism from taxpayer advocates. Critics say the program is politically selective, inefficient, and funded through Illinois' real estate transfer tax, adding to the state's already high tax burden. The governor's Office of Management and Budget says it has identified more than $480 million in state agency budget reserves. Republicans question the transparency of the process, while the administration says the savings came from efficiencies and did not affect pensions or K-12 education. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline. So I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Illinois House Democrats approved a resolution calling for investigations and possible prosecution of federal immigration enforcement, including Kristi Noem. Republicans criticized the move as politically motivated and anti-law enforcement. The Pritzker administration's $36 million park grant announcement is drawing criticism from taxpayer advocates. Critics say the program is politically selective, inefficient, and funded through Illinois' real estate transfer tax, adding to the state's already high tax burden. The governor's Office of Management and Budget says it has identified more than $480 million in state agency budget reserves. Republicans question the transparency of the process, while the administration says the savings came from efficiencies and did not affect pensions or K-12 education. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline. So I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Today, sunny with a high near 3, with temperatures falling in the afternoon. It feels like 31 with gusty winds up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 10. It feels like 25. Currently, it is 8 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town. We're broadcasting live here from Studio 14. We are serving you, the listeners, the community, on this very chilly day outside today. We hope that you're staying nice and warm, and we hope that we are warming your hearts today. We've got some great lineups here. We've had some great conversations, and we appreciate everyone tuning in and being a part of those conversations with us, telling us, what's your opinion on this, telling us, what we're doing, any suggestions for us. All of that is good. And we want you to continue to do that too. So remember, we have those different platforms that are available for you to tune into and to be a part of with us. We're currently right now on YouTube. You can find us on youtube.com/WRMN radio. You can also text us at 505-926-1410. We've got some great things coming up here when it comes to how you can continue to converse with us and type in, what you like to. So all of that's coming, of course, into fruition even further into this year. So stay tuned for more information on that. But we've got a great show here today on this chilly day. We hope we're keeping you nice and warm with our smiles and our content. And, of course, we're going to be discussing more on that spooky late night content here and further with Dennis Sonar Green here, continuing on the station with us.
Hello. I had a wardrobe change. If you're over there on YouTube, I'm wearing my new, improved WRMN polo.
Nice.
Mary Kay from Burlington helped us out. And we also got this from, CMK Prints. It's a new shop in the area. So we'll get some more information on them. I'm hoping to get their website and maybe their Instagram stuff, but CMK Prints is where we got these new shirts. So thank you, Mary Kay.
Very nice. That's awesome. And you're wearing layers too, I see.
Oh my goodness, all the layers, right? I grabbed every shirt I could possibly find in the dark this morning and just layered it on. So that's why I had to do a wardrobe change, because you don't need to see my for-profit T-shirt under this, under the, the wool, under the everything else. So.
Yeah, well, it's good to layer up, especially on a cold day like today, folks. So.
Sure is. I hope everybody's staying warm out there. If you've got an idea on how to stay warm, send it on over to us. We are collecting tips, warm tips, right? One of them that came across the text line, 505-926-1410, is if you want to make a heater, just like a separate space type of heater, take a couple of tea candles, put them under one of those terracotta pots, where you just raise it up a little bit, and those little tea candles, the fire that's in there, will heat up that pot, and that pot will then radiate that heat back into the area. So.
Nice.
Obviously, open flames, you want to make sure that you're safe and it's ventilated, et cetera, et cetera.
Don't touch the hot pot.
Don't touch the hot pot. And anybody who's using any of those kerosene or anything like that as well, again, safety measures is what we're after for these things. But that was a great thing to come in from the text line of just like, hey, this is how you a good way to kind of stay warm if you don't have one of those handy dandy space heaters.
Right.
Like we
got a
here.
nice one in here.
Oh man.
I walked in today and I know it was bitter cold out. I was like, wait, the first thing I said was like, wow, it's nice in here. It's nice and warm and toasty.
Yeah, so come on to the station if you're walking around downtown. I mean, we'll warm you up over here.
Yeah.
It was great to do the morning show with Dean. That was a fun time too. Dean jumped in, and then he also sat down and talked with Chief Lally, like we usually do on Fridays. Had a little bit of an extension on that, and then we played Steve Thorne's show and his tribute to our friend George Rollinson. And you'll be able to hear that again tonight. We're actually going to play that again. He did such a fantastic job on commemorating such a great man that we wanted to make sure that we can get as much out as we possibly can. I believe February 18th over at the American Legion. That is Post 57. If I can remember the address off the top of my head, it's 820 North Liberty here in Elgin. Post 57's fantastic. Commander Dennis does a fantastic job over there running the club, or running the Legion rather. And we will have a George Rollinson gathering that day as well to remember a great man. Have some all-you-can-eat spaghetti dinner fellowship, which is one of the best ways that I like having fellowship over at the American Legion as well. Or if you're interested tonight, they've got the Friday fish fry.
There you go.
Happens
Yeah,
every Friday.
Yeah.
Award-winning, I should say, fish fry. Yes. So head on over there. So mark your calendars for February 18th. That is when we are all going to be over at the American Legion for a spaghetti dinner to honor our friend George Rollinson. So please bring any pictures, any stories, and really let's just celebrate a fantastic human being that left his mark here on this planet.
Yeah. And it's going to be a great time for the community to come together. And again, like you said, tell those stories. If you have any fun stories about George, that's a great time to talk to people about it, to tell them, say, what are some fond memories that you have? Maybe a childhood friend of George is listening in right now. And we encourage you to come out to the event. And that's going to be coming up. That's February 18th, a good time to communicate with each other, just to celebrate life is what it is. Celebration of life and what George, how he led his life with positivity. I mean, everything that he
and community focused. Yeah. Everything that I've only known him maybe for a couple of years of being part of WRMN, but the man left his mark on the entire community because his vision was always community focused first. And you saw that in the way that he volunteered his time. You saw that when he ran political campaigns. You saw that when he wrote his books. I mean, it's phenomenal that I got to have him in my life, even if it was a short period of time, because he left me blessed.
Yes, and me too. Absolutely. What's something else that stood out to me about George too, and I mentioned this before. He's never met my mom before, but he always asked how she was doing.
That's
and
great.
I think that was really nice of him to do that. I always said, I listen to your show every day. You do such a great job. The station's going so well. I'm so glad of everything that's going on, and he always said that to me.
And we miss you, George.
Yes,
we miss you, buddy.
Definitely. So.
Matt and I are going to talk about the new lineup. We've gotten a couple of suggestions from everybody throughout 2025. And you go, oh, well, you're going to collect suggestions for a whole year before you do something there, Sonar? Well, not necessarily. We want to be slow moving, and we want to be deliberate with the things and decisions that we make over here. For just a peek under the hood, for the most part, you don't get any actual feedback of any programming changes no earlier than maybe 3 months or so. Now, you may get the initial, hey, I like this, hey, I don't like that, where did my last show go, et cetera, et cetera. You'll get those off the rip. But it's not until about 3, maybe 6 months down the line that you actually get a full market test of some of the changes. So what we did was we took a lot of your suggestions and made a bunch of changes at once. The first change that we did was part of our Monday through Friday lineup. We now have news 10 o'clock Monday through Friday. Then at 6 o'clock is the reversion of that. We just put the news out again. We want to make sure that anything breaking happens, we then add to that news for there. Part of that change for our weekday lineup is actually swapping the evening news and a political talk show and Big Top Sports. Now what you get is coming out of Talk Time with Tammy and Friends, lots of fun, lots of energy. You jump right into Big Top Sports, which is that same vibe right there too. That let's get deep down and dirty with the sports here in the Chicagoland area. Derek does such a great job.
It's fun to listen to him too, because he always got kind of that dry sense of humor that he incorporates into his show, and and then he even does. I don't even know how he does it on the board where he makes his voice echo. I'm like, wow, that's fancy stuff. So.
He's got a lot of those tricks, and what I like about it too is he brings on Bob Mariner on Wednesdays to talk about sports, and then he also brings on Andrew Scheid on Mondays. Marcus Mack from the Truth About Chicago Sports comes over. He brings on people that are literally working with the Chicago White Sox. The batting coach comes over. He brings over different announcers for things. We've heard a couple of the people from the Boomers over there. And the other side of it, too, is Derek also is the color commentary for our sports broadcast too. Him and Jeff Myers last year did the Hampshire Whippers games, and then we're trying to get them in for a few more. Like we were talking with Trusty Pat this morning about getting maybe Larkin or Elgin into the mix for this year too. So we put him in the prime time, drive time spot. Because what ended up happening was we went from Talk Time with Tammy to news and boring politics. Nobody likes that. And then jumps right into the Sox game. Now, when the Sox season kicks up this year, we've got them again this year. When that season kicks off, you'll now have sports that, guess what? Leads into sports. Oh my goodness, it's craziness.
That's great.
So you'll get us political junkies in the evening a little bit later. That starts at 7 o'clock with my show, A Political Talk Show. And then the new show that we brought over for politics is Voice of Reason with Andy Hoosier. So if you're still like me that love the constitutional side of things, wants to take everything from an objective, fact-based approach, yeah, I'm a little bit more liberal with my side of it. I try not to be too crazy on either side, but you got to acknowledge your bias. Andrew is on the other side for me. Same fact-based, same constitutional forward, same protect the republic, not protect the democracy. We're protecting the republic here, but he takes it from more of a conservative approach. So if you like Brian Kilmeade, if you like Sean Hannity, he's got the same kind of style as far as the show goes, but also still has that conservative viewpoint. So we want to make sure that we get as many viewpoints on through the station as possible, because I'll tell you, the other two stations, you know which ones I'm talking about. The one that's blue and the one that's red. Those are all politics all the time. And if you're from the other camp, they don't want you over there.
Yeah.
We want you over here. We want to hear what you have to say about the local municipalities. We want to hear about what you have to say about what's affecting your life.
And it's important to have, again, no matter what side you're from, That's the thing, is we welcome everyone. Doesn't matter what side you're on. You're independent, you're left, right. It doesn't matter to us, because what matters to us is that you get the chance to speak your voice, to tell us, your beliefs and what's going on. We want to all come together in the community and have that. And so we want to be that medium that is used for people to be able to do that.
Yeah, Eric, a longtime morning show listener, just sent me his number. I'm going to plan on bringing him on in the next couple of weeks. We've talked to a couple of different people that aren't even that aren't part of a political party. They aren't running for anything. They're just regular people to sit down and talk about the latest news with, which I absolutely love doing that, because to me, it's an educational side to me, which is why I love doing the show. I get to learn as I do my show prep, but I'm only learning from the books. I'm only looking at a YouGov poll, right? I want to hear what people have to say about it. So you can always text us in 505-926-1410 with any news articles that you want us to break down or anything like that. We've got that text line open 24 hours.
Absolutely. So feel free to reach out to us today. We've got our text line. We have our YouTube channel. If you want to send a comment on YouTube, we're streaming live right now. Here on the Out to Lunch segment, it is a little bit more of a condensed show because it is that hour long. Now, afterwards, at the 12 o'clock hour, we are going to be doing a replay. Bill said, because of the cold, he's
Exactly,
I said,
yeah.
you know what, we can just do that replay. So that's going to be with Steve, who's a singer, and he also was in the line of duty, and he was shot, but he made it, thankfully. So we're going to be doing that replay. That'll be coming up as well too. I know we're at 21 past the hour here. You want to still continue on?
Yeah, well, let's talk about the evening stuff, right? Because that's what we wanted to. That's where the real meat comes in.
Yes.
So politics, okay, you get all the politics. It's all done by 9 o'clock, right? Bingo, bango, 2 hours of politics. All independent broadcasters too, so you're not getting anything from the mainstream media, right?
Mm-hmm.
We hear all about that. So regardless, mainstream, I'm not mainstream. Andy's not mainstream, so you're getting some independent views for things. After all of that mess, of course, we've started our adult lineup for everything, and this is where we've got 6 fantastic shows that we've put in from 9 to midnight, leading up to Coast to Coast. Mm-hmm. Coast to Coast is the weird show all about aliens and angels and crazy vibes and planetary travel and whatever else that goes on with the overnight stuff. So we decided that we'll start from radio dramas and then get progressively darker and weirder as it goes on. So we start out, the very first show at 9 o'clock is yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Now, there's a couple different people that have played Johnny Dollar in the times before. Mm-hmm. And so we have Mr. Bailey, I believe, on for this block that we're doing right now. But essentially, Johnny Dollar is an insurance investigator. So if an insurance company goes, you know what, this thing over here might have been a little fishy, or this claim over here that somebody said that was an accident, and now we've got to go and find it out. Johnny Dollar might be the guy that finds out that it was actually a murder instead of an accident. Or maybe they're right, and this is a full claim. He had, on the other day, he went to dinner with a person, and they actually died before they could give him all of the information, and he had to go and investigate the whole thing. Mm-hmm. So it's all kinds of fun mystery and the whodunits type of side to it, which is where Pat Novak for Hire comes in. And so Pat Novak is the anti-hero, right? He's the rough and tumble guy that you hire to maybe, I don't know, I got to take a trip somewhere. I need to hire some protection. Just a big guy to stand behind me for something, right? Mm-hmm. Nothing nefarious, nothing. He's not breaking any laws. He's just being a big guy that just stands menacingly behind me, right? Sometimes the people that Pat Novak ends up working with usually literally leaves him holding the bag.
Yeah.
So
and he's like, what?
Exactly. So to just kind of summarize one of the most recent episodes I've heard with Pat Novak, because again, these are like 1940s, 1930s. So there's no spoilers. I don't think I can give anybody out. But Pat was hired to be a bodyguard for somebody that just needed to drive his car from one state to the other, right? Mm-hmm. Nothing crazy. Goes in, drives, all that. And so the guy ends up leaving Pat Novak with this car, and the police show up, and they say, hey, this car is stolen. And Pat puts his hands up, like, whoa, hold on a second. This guy hired me just to hang out with him. I didn't know the car was stolen, nothing. And they're like, what's dripping out of the trunk? They pop the trunk. Sure enough, they find a body. So now Pat Novak, who was only supposed to be muscle, is now wanted for Grand Theft Auto and maybe knocking off a hitchhiker. So now he has to spend the rest of his time proving that it was somebody else and finding the guy that he was hired to do. So
it sounds like he's framed a lot.
Right? That's what it seems like. So so it's a great show. It's the anti-hero type of side. So we start getting a little bit darker, which gives us into the one I think you like too, The Shadow.
Yes.
That one was back in the 1940s, 1930s. What darkness lies in the heart of men, only the shadow knows. Mm-hmm. And so this guy is a detective, and he puts on his vigilante costume of the Shadow, and he has found the superpower of how to hypnotize people to where they cannot see him. So to all of his, not necessarily victims, but the criminals that he goes after, they can't see him in any kind of way. So he's this disembodied voice that brings terror to those who are nefarious. So it's a really fun trope of just the old school operatic type of theater.
Yeah. So if people, it's cool when you listen to it and you have the lights dimmed a little bit. You got to get nice and cozy, maybe have a little snack or a little drink or something. And then you just kind of get a little bit cozy. Now, remember, if you're going to doze off, which has happened to me before too, be ready for some of the loud strings music.
Oh, yeah.
Bum, 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 that kind of stuff too. So it's all fun. It's fun. And then you just jolt up. You're like, oh, wait a minute.
And so after The Shadow is The Whisperer. So The Whisperer is the narrator of a terrible situation. Like,
it's a whistler.
The Whistler. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. The Whistler. The Whistler is the narrator for it. And so what he does is he narrates not a character like Johnny Dollar or The Shadow, just a random group of people that maybe fall into something that's not so healthy or not so kosher, or maybe that scandalous or nefarious side. And so he narrates the entire thing, and he does questions of like, and how is it going to work out for them? Mm-hmm. We will know soon enough. It's just really neat to just hear that old timey type of twist the mustache villain.
Yep, absolutely. It's fun. And then the final one, because we only got about a minute left, is that sci-fi.
So we've got a little bit of sci-fi and suspense. We literally start out the 11 o'clock hour with a show called Suspense. The last episode that I heard, a woman went to her husband and said, "I've never loved you, husband. I have just murdered somebody who was the only man I've ever loved, and now we have to escape town." And the whole thing is them getting out there with suspense. Are they going to get caught? Are they going to leave each other? That all culminates with what we call Sci-X fiction, because we've got Dimension X and we've got X-1, which will be a rotating spot for there. It is all sci-fi based. Think about what Black Mirror would be in the 1930s. And it's just a really cool lead up to Coast to Coast.
Absolutely. We got a great lineup, folks. Definitely tune in. It is part of Late Night Radio on WRMN. Awesome. Very good.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. The Pritzker administration's $36 million park grant announcement is drawing criticism from taxpayer advocates. Critics say the program is politically selective, inefficient, and funded through Illinois' real estate transfer tax, adding to the state's already high tax burden. The governor's Office of Management and Budget says it has identified more than $480 million in state agency budget reserves. Republicans question the transparency of the process, while the administration says the savings came from efficiencies and did not affect pensions or K-12 education. Illinois House Democrats approved a resolution calling for investigations and possible prosecution of federal immigration enforcement, including Kristi Noem. Republicans criticized the move as politically motivated and anti-law enforcement. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Progressive. Today, sunny with a high near 3, temperatures falling to around 6 in the afternoon. It feels like 31 with gusty winds up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 10. Tomorrow, a slight chance of snow, mostly cloudy with a high near 7. Currently, it is 6 with mainly clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you.
Now taxes is so free. Tax-free edition only. Roughly 37% of filings qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. How this is tax.
Love that jam. Up next, commercials.
Intuit TurboTax Free Edition. See if you qualify at TurboTax.com/free. No schedules except for Earned Income Tax Credit, Child Tax Credit, Student Loan Interest, and Schedule 1A.
Welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. It's a cold one out there, folks. Hopefully you're staying nice and warm. I have to say, it doesn't feel as cold as I thought it would, though, even though we are still in that extreme cold warning, though. So if you are traveling today, got to make sure your cars are prepared for that. Maybe bring in some extra blankets. And I don't know if you want to leave water in the car. Probably not. You don't want it to freeze. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe you've got a particular bag that you can use. It'll help keep it kind of warm if you bring in lukewarm water, things like that. I don't know. But a hot coffee is going to work, too. So if you want some hot coffee or tea or, hot chai, all those good things are a way to keep yourself warm. But don't hesitate also, of course, to check out the warming centers all around the Fox River Valley area, including police departments, municipalities, and also libraries are there for you to help yourself to warm up a bit more. I know it's extreme cold weather, bitterly cold. High today is -6. Current temperatures as of right now, as I'm speaking, are, looking at my phone, -5. Now we're seeing it feeling more like -15 outside right now. However, if you're indoors, you're in front of some windows here, it's beautiful and sunny out. Maybe you've got the nice heat going on here and even a radiator too. It definitely helps to kind of make it not feel, or really definitely helps to make it not as cold with the radiator and the heater on. And then you look outside and it's nice and sunny. It doesn't seem as cold outside, but it is definitely bitter cold. So make sure, of course, that if you have to go outside, that you give yourself enough time to start up your car, truck, and or vehicle. Tonight's going to be even colder, a low of -12. Going to definitely feel even colder than that because of those wind speeds of 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's going to be in that prediction. Now, for tomorrow on Saturday, we see a high of 6 degrees, overcast, very cold. We're going to see it dropping down to a low of 3 degrees. Again, going to still continue to feel colder than that coming up for Saturday. Sunday rolls around, cloudy and very cold once again here with a high of 11 degrees and a low of -6. That's predicted for Sunday. Then we head on into next week. Now, next week is still going to be cold. However, it's not going to feel as cold as it does like right now. So for Monday, we see a high of 6 degrees. It's supposed to be nice and sunny, dropping down to 1 degree as our low. Tuesday rolls around. It's the 27th of January. Mostly cloudy is predicted through Tuesday and Wednesday with a high of 17 and a low of 0 for Tuesday, continuing on to a high of 16 for Wednesday, dropping down to a low of 1 degree for Wednesday night. Heading on into Thursday and the rest of the weekend, it does see partly cloudy skies. So we're going to see some nice sunshine coming through. Still cold temperatures for Thursday. We see a high of 17 and a low of 1 degree. Friday the 30th, a week from today, we see a high of 18 and a low of 5. And then it does bump up just a little bit here to a high of 21 for Saturday the 31st with a low of 9 degrees. And then Sunday, February 1st, we see a high of 25 and a low of 14, eventually getting into our 30s as our highs and lows in the 20s and teens following that next week, the first week of February. So again, the coldest is here right now. It's going to continue to be cold, but it's not going to be as cold as it is today. So the worst is almost over there, folks. I know still kind of at that peak of chilliness right now, continuing on into tonight. But again, it'll only last for so long because eventually it will start to warm up just a little bit. So you can find this and more on the Weather Channel. You can also check out AccuWeather or also anything on your phone, tablet, or laptop. Now, of course, here, and I hope Elliot's listening in because this is a day recognized today. And yes, I know I still have yet to get him this, but it is National Pie Day today. This is a great treat to help to warm you up on this cold day. No matter how you slice it, pie is just about any form that can make it a crowd-pleasing treat. Fruit pies, berry pies, all of them mouth-watering servings from homemade goodness. National Pie Day is as simple as pie, as they say. Everyone is invited to bake their own favorite pies, but more importantly, the day reminds us to enjoy eating them too. I do like a nice apple pie. It's my favorite. Now, growing up as a kid, I was never a big fan of pies very much, unless it was like a, cookies and cream pie or something like that, or a cake pie or ice cream pie kind of thing. But now I really enjoy apple pies. I do like pumpkin pies. I do like a nice cherry pie and even blueberry sometimes too, but I do say probably my favorite is an apple pie, or it's probably in between apple and pumpkin pie. And I know Elliot's still waiting for the McNeil family recipe for that pecan pie, which I'm not a fan of pecan pie, but I do make a pretty killer pecan pie, though, for the holidays. So, of course, there's the pie throwing tidbit once you go into the history of the pie. Cream-filled or top pies are a favorite props of humor. For humor, that is. Throwing a pie in a person's face has been a staple of film comedy since Ben Turpin received one in Mr. Flip back in 1909 during that Edwardian era. National Pie Day does offer the perfect opportunity to give a shout out to your favorite bakery. There's lots of different local bakeries that do offer pies. Herb's Bakery is one of them, and that's located in Elgin off Larkin Avenue. It's really not too far away from the station. They offer some good pies. You can also check out their thumbprint cookies, which are a personal favorite of mine. And what's great about them, too, is they bring so much nostalgia every time I walk in because the place has not changed. You know, it brings memories of when I was a kid on Saturdays. You know, we'd go out with my grandpa. It was his day to go shopping and to do some errands, and we'd help him with it, too. And he would always go to Herb's Bakery, and he would get himself some of those pretzel twists or the knots. They're like the bread knots. He would like to get those. Sometimes some croissants, and then he'd treat us to a couple different cookies, including some of those thumbprint cookies, which are always very delicious. I always just called them the icing drop cookies, the droplet cookies. I used to call them, and then. After all those years, my aunt's like, they're called thumbprint cookies. I'm like, wait, really? Well, they're a favorite of mine, and I do like them. And they still make them very, very well, too. I know that they have changed ownership, but they still make the thumbprint cookies exactly like how I remember them. Very delicious to enjoy and good to check them out, too. They've got some good options, especially for the sweet tooths out there, too. And they also do have coffee if you want to enjoy a little spruce up for your morning. So Herb's Bakery is a good place to go to. There's a couple other ones. There's a bakery. It's no longer there. It was in West Dundee. I can't remember what it was called. Piece of Cake Bakery. That was a good one. I bet you folks remember Piece of Cake Bakery in West Dundee. That was a good one to go to. I used to reminisce and brag to people, to kids in school when I was younger. My grandma's picture is featured in their cake selection booklet because they had a section of that they could make put your face on a cake, and they had my grandma's picture on there from when she was younger, around my age, and so they're like they used that one. They said they did they're like, oh, she's so pretty, we got to use her in our book, so they did. But and my grandma saved that cake with her face on it for about 10 years. She kept it in her freezer, and I'd be like, Grandma, can I see that cake again? It's in the freezer. Can I eat it? No. You can't eat it. It's just for display. It's for decoration. A memory of, I think it was her 80th birthday or something. What was it? Yeah, 80th birthday. It was 2003. So anyway, I'm going on a tangent like I usually do, but it is National Pie Day today. So if you want to enjoy a nice slice of pie, maybe share it with someone too. Have some pie with someone and have a little conversation. It is also National Handwriting Day. Now, if you've been listening into the station, you know that a couple days ago, we had Talk Time with Tammy and Friends on Wednesday with Nancy. And we did talk about cursive writing and how cursive writing is something that is actually coming back kind of into the limelight when it comes to the handwriting. People are starting to write cursive again. And it kind of goes together with the trend of people writing letters to each other again. So rather than just sending a text, having kind of something new for the Gen Z and the millennials out there to start writing letters. And it included, fancy stickers and drawings and messages that included writing in cursive. So it is National Handwriting Day today, encouraging us to put pen to paper and write out our own thoughts. And according to the Writing Instrument Manufacturers Association, it is a chance for all to re-explore the purity and power of handwriting, getting your thoughts onto that paper, showing you exactly what it was in that process. So it's a documentation. It's a physical documentation of showing you, hey, I wrote this. This came from my observation, my thoughts onto the paper in pen and ink or in pencil, or in markers, Sharpies, whatever it might be that you use it to write with. So it is National Handwriting Day. It is also National Security Technician Day, celebrating the security professionals who perform the role and the very difficult role of security technicians within the global security industry. We've been seeing this with technology. Technology grows. We see more advancements. That means more people out there are going to be advancing to make sure that they can ruin your life with scams, right? And we've talked about this before too. So those security technicians are there to try to work tirelessly to keep up with it because they always have to. These scams come around and you don't know what to do, and they're always trying to be many steps ahead, right? So we got to give them recognition because security technicians are on the front lines protecting our nation's critical infrastructures. Without them, our nation's ports, transit systems as well, K through 12 schools, government facilities, and utilities would fail to operate properly. So we got to give them recognition. We want to honor all of the security technicians to show our appreciation for the hard work that they do for us and to keep our digital life safe. Now, of course, you can also tune in to Sherry's Senior Moments on the second Thursday of every month, or even subscribe to her newsletter to keep up to date with those scams and how she can help you, especially for seniors out there who might not be as tech savvy, to know what to do. What are the steps you take? Because it can be very difficult. It can be very frustrating, right? So you want to know exactly what to do, and she helps you to do that. The Senior Associates, the Senior Services Associates, and also Dementia Friendly Elgin, they help you with that too. So we encourage you to subscribe to her newsletter as well. You can listen to her on every second Thursday of the month here on WRMN during our community hour, where she brings to you those different skills that she has in trying to give you that information. And of course, also recognizing businesses that also help in those specific fields. Those are the national days today. We've got lots of other good ones as well that you can find for yourself on National Day Calendar and nationaltoday.com. We've only got about 12 minutes left here. I got to take a quick time out. It's approaching 47 past the hour. We're going to take our last time out. We'll continue on talking more on what's happening here locally in the Fox River Valley. Stay tuned. You're listening to Matt McNeil taking you out to lunch.
Welcome to downtown Elgin, where businesses, community, and creativity come together. The Downtown Neighborhood Association provides valuable, complimentary services to all downtown businesses, organizations, property owners, and residents, helping you gain exposure and thrive. Whether you're already part of the district or exploring a new downtown location, DNA is here to help your vision grow. Join us in creating a vibrant, connected, and successful downtown Elgin. Call now 847-488-1456, or you can email info@downtownelgin.com. Ask for Jennifer Facala. Downtown Neighborhood Association, where the heart of business beats strong.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I lack a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Looking to set sail on your dream vacation? Cruises International has you covered. Specializing in land and sea getaways, they're here to make your vacation unforgettable. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, they offer personalized service with a global network of specialists to ensure your trip is tailor-made just for you. Call today at 800-255-7447 to speak with a cruise and vacation expert. And don't miss Travel Tuesdays on WRMN AM 1410 every first Tuesday of the month from 11 to 12 p.m. on Out to Lunch. That's Cruises International. Your vacation, your way.
Hi there, Tammy Scully here from Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. Join me and my sidekicks, Nancy and Becky, for valuable lifestyle tips and unique views and insights on interesting topics and everyday situations, providing nonstop fun and chuckles for all. Get the scoop on consumer news, deep dive on current events, and learn about the newest economic trends, from exercise and gardening to music, travel, recipes, sports, pets, real estate, media, and everything in between. And it's all sprinkled with a healthy helping of bad dad jokes and interesting fun facts to boot. Tune in Mondays through Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. for a little fun, frolic, and infotainment. Join us, won't you?
And welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town, broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. What's coming up next after Out to Lunch? Well, of course, we have a replay best of. It's a music genre episode for Life Experiences with William Pellerinos, and that is Music Genres with Stephen Kodlewski. We'll have that playing, of course, during the Life Experiences with William Pellerino segment. And then followed by that, we do have, of course, What's Cooking Today? What's Cooking Today with Michael Horn gives you the insights on all things food, wine, travel, lifestyle, and entertainment. And what is he going to be talking about today? Well, we've got that inside scoop for you. On today's show, Dan Barwick of California. He's a winemaker turned UK wine expert. We'll be talking with him to explore England's vineyards and cool climate wines that are available. Health educator Dr. Julie Gatza breaks down how healthy, in quotes, healthy frozen food can sabotage weight loss and gut health. Plus, fun pie facts on National Pie Day today. A viral mom giving her baby a boiled steak teether. A major U.S. winter storm and cold weather safety tips. And Duke University's unprecedented lawsuit against its star quarterback. So stay tuned for that and more. That's on What's Cooking Today on CRN. That's on the AM 1410 dial is where we play it. And that's with Michael Horn. From 2 to 4, we also do have Dino's Night Out. It is a best of replay that we are having for, of course, the 2 to 4 segment, and that is going to be including Rick Lindy's performance, Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones. Recently had him on yesterday during the Out to Lunch segment at 11 o'clock, calling in to talk about his new performances that are coming up, including also his 40th anniversary. So if you want to watch that interview, it's available on our YouTube channel. You can find it. Or, of course, feel free to check out all of the other performances that we've had here in the station with him. We've had a couple already here. So that'll be playing, of course, here during that time frame. And then we also do have Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer, and that will be coming up from 4 until 6 o'clock, all talking about sports and things like that of such. So stay tuned for that and more local programming here on WRMN. We only have a couple minutes left. I do want to head on into talking more about what's happening locally in the Fox River Valley area. Now, every weekend I do receive, or closer to the weekend, like today, I do receive the Downtown Neighborhood Association, or Downtown Elgin Weekly Spotlight. Now, I'm subscribed to their newsletter. It's info@downtownelgin.cccsen.com. And they send me, and many of you folks out there as well, the Downtown Neighborhood Association's Downtown Elgin Spotlight. This gives you the opportunity to check out the spotlights on what recently has happened in the community and what is going to happen. For example, at the Gail Borden Public Library yesterday from 7 to 8, they had Downtown Elgin inviting history lovers to look beyond the guidebooks with a History Lover's Guide to Chicago. That was a virtual event that happened yesterday. Tonight at 8 p.m., they are promoting Jack Whittle Trio. Downtown Elgin is serving up a night of soulful blues and roots at Martini Room tonight. The Jack Whittle Trio brings gritty Delta blues, foot-stomping country grooves, and timeless American roots sounds. High energy, raw emotion, and every note felt. You don't want to miss this live music night in the downtown area, right around the corner at Martini Room. And of course, you can't go wrong with their delicious drinks, including their espresso martinis, which are a personal favorite of mine. Also coming up, the After Set, tiny, cute little place to go to, is having Latin nights tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, but also tonight, 11 to 4 a.m. in the morning. It's going to be cold out, folks, but you can warm up, grab a drink, hit the dance floor, move to cumbia, bachata, reggaeton, and reggaeton. There we go, reggaeton, and more. So it's a great way to celebrate life, socialize, dance the night away downtown. So that's coming up. Also at the center of Elgin tomorrow from 8 until 9 a.m., there is an adult 16-plus dance classes that are going on. The Elgin Parks and Recreation adult dance classes return Saturday mornings with a new style to try each week. So you can do hip-hop, you can do musical theater, jazz, contemporary, and you do not have to be a novice. No experience is necessary. Just come for the music, movement, and have some fun. Show off your moves. Maybe even spruce up some of your moves, too. Some other things that are also coming up. The Highland Loft is featuring the Bourbon Bash. This is a great way to sample 40-plus bourbons and spirits, plus beer and wine, along with music, food, and great social vibes. This is a one-night event featuring standout names like Old Smoky, Whiskey Acres, Journeyman, Canay Farms, also Rush Creek Distillery, and more. So that's coming up tomorrow night. That's from 6 until 9 p.m. The Hemmons Cultural Center is featuring their Comedy Dance Chicago. This is where they're hitting the stage with their signature mix of sketch comedy, high-energy dance, and music. You can get tickets available on the Elgin's government page under their section for the Hemmons Cultural Center. So check it out. It is recommended for ages 13 plus. So there's lots of other good things that are also coming up, and you can follow along with that as well. You can find them on exploreelginarea.com or also subscribe to the Downtown Neighborhood Association's newsletter and reports. You can find that under DNA, also on their website. You can also check out some other breakfast groups that are going on, events and specials that you can always feel free to subscribe on, and click that notification bell to keep you up to date on them too. So lots of other good things are coming up your way too. You don't want to miss out on those great informational events that are coming up and specials and more. You can learn how to bake bread. That's coming up today from 2 until 3. There might still be time to get some of that, get some room in there, especially make room for your belly too, if you're having those delicious breads. Learn to make scones from scratch. Sounds pretty good. Some other good things are coming up here too, including trivia. Copper Barrel on State has their music bingo tonight at 8:30 p.m. Come on out, beat the cold. Reserve your spot. Sip and Paint is also coming up. Or I'm sorry, that was yesterday they had that. They have their 80s, 90s, and 2000s music bingo. Very, very cool. I'm thinking maybe we'll hear some Backstreet Boys in that too with that bingo. So many good things coming up here over the weekend. Grand openings, lovely music, comedy, and more. You can definitely stay tuned for more here by checking out exploreelginarea.com, enjoyaurora.com, and more local sites. Don't forget you are listening to the WRMN segments here on WRMN. We hope that you have been enjoying your day, that you are staying nice and cool. Or no, sorry, nice and warm. You don't want to stay nice and cool. You want to stay nice and warm. It's not quite the summertime yet. Once it gets into summer, then we can stay nice and cool. This does wrap it up here for Out to Lunch. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And of course, we have one life. Live it to your best. And of course, if all else fails, be kind. Thanks everyone for tuning in today. Up next, we'll get the life experiences with William Pellerinos. Have a wonderful weekend.